Good morning, everybody. It's the first day of spring. I've crept out early before everybody wakes up just to look at all the flowers. It is so beautiful out today. You can see the yellow forsythia behind me. It's a bush, and before it produces leaves, it produces these beautiful bright yellow flowers. I remember when I was little, on the rare trips we went to England in the springtime, and we left Canada where it was still full of snow and cold, and we'd get to England and my mother would just exclaim, "Oh, the forsythia!" But now I totally understand. Let me take you around the garden and show you the spring bulbs that are flowering. Daffodils, hyacinths, spring snowflakes. I think they're my favorite. And these beauties are called Glory of the Snow. With all these beautiful spring bulbs coming into flower, a friend up the road asked me, is it too late to plant spring bulbs now in spring? And I said, yeah, it is. You have to plant them in autumn. It takes a bit of forward planning. See, the roots need time to establish themselves in the soil so that they can flower in spring. But all is not lost. I'm at the garden center to go and buy some bulbs that you plant in spring to flower in summer. Off we go. There are so many summer bulbs to choose from. Ones you would classically know are gladiolus. Other ones, though, are ranunculus, oriental lilies, different kinds of amaryllis. Just go look in your gardening center. They'll have a whole area dedicated for summer bulbs. Now I'm going to plant these summer bulbs that I've bought. I'm excited by this one. It's called a Polyanthus tuberosa, and I've never ever had one of them. Apparently it has a beautiful scent, which is always lovely in a garden. Now what you want to do is you want to look for where you've got the roots. That is the part that's going to go down. And I've got 2 holes here. So in goes one. Apparently they don't need to go too deep, only 5 centimeters. Pop the soil on top. All right, and then the other one goes in. Bloop. Pop the soil on top, and you're done. Now the thing about summer bulbs, unlike spring bulbs, is they do not tolerate frost. So you're going to have to take them out in autumn invariably, keep them over winter in a dry, warmish place, and then plant them again in the spring. I'm also going to plant some freesias, but I'm going to plant these in a pot, and that way I can just bring the pot in autumn into the garage, somewhere out of the way, and then bring them out again in the spring. And that way there won't be any risk of the frost killing the bulbs. Right, so these ones are much smaller little bulbs. There we are. But the same thing, you can tell straight away by the shape of them. This is where the roots are going to come out, and that's where the leaves are going to come out. So I've got my pot. First of all, I'm going to put some stones in the bottom for drainage. There we go. Then I'm going to add my soil. So I'm going to fill this pot right to the top, because it's amazing with the water, etc., how it compacts. Okay, and now these bulbs, they need to be 7 centimeters deep, so I'm going to push them right down, and 5 centimeters apart. And all of this is just on the instructions. There we go. One after. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe one in the middle for good measure. So I'm going to put a little bit more soil on the top because I've pressed it down, putting the bulbs in. And there we go. Bulbs ready for summertime. Happy spring, everyone.